Today our goal is to learn about how to set up a job stream in Robot Schedule. For instance, what you might use on a nightly process. Let's take a look. So there's two ways to go about creating a job stream. One is by using something called a group job. The other is to use what's called reactive jobs. So I've got three jobs here, job A, B, and C, which are the three steps in my nightly process. Job A needs to complete and complete normally before job B runs. Likewise, job B needs to run normally and complete before job C. So to set up a nightly job stream, for instance, with these three jobs, using reactive jobs or job dependency, you simply modify the properties of the second job in your job stream, choose reactivity, add robot job, and then search for your prerequisite job, in this case, job 1. You have an option of your React to status as a normal completion. You can change that. And so, for instance, you could say, I only want to react if it goes bad and you want to go off in a different direction. Otherwise, you can also say normal or abnormal. So you don't care what the prerequisite status completion code is, you want it to run and continue on. You also have some other options regarding when the previous job just goes submitted, running, and then you've got some opal options as well, but this is most common. All right, so let's put that in place. Likewise, let's modify the third job and add reactivity. In this case, I'm going to select my second job as the prerequisite inside of my third job. Okay, so now all you have to do is schedule your first job to run. For instance, perhaps it runs Monday through Friday at 1800 hours. All right, now I'm not going to wait around till 6 o'clock tonight. It's only 2 in the afternoon. So let's launch our schedule activity monitor. All right, the schedule activity monitor monitors what's going to run, what is currently running, and then what's completed for the day. So let's watch this process run. I'm going to force job A to run just by doing an override. All right, let's go for it. All right, now here in my running column, you can see job A is running. I've got a 5-second delayed job. And now you can, in the job setup, and you can see job B is running now. All right, job B is done, and now job C has ran. All right, so we've got the reactive job setup all ready to go. All right, the second option for creating a job stream is something called a group job. A group job is not an actual job that runs on IBMI, but it's a controlling job inside of Robot Schedule. So let's create a new group job, and we'll call it Group A. We'll call it Nightly Group. All right, and I'm going to set it up with an account or an application code, and this is the nightly job stream. Two options here on your group job. One says use group control options for all jobs in the group. Your control options are job description, job queue, message queue, reply, etc. Otherwise, it will use the job control options from each individual job. All right. The other option is use group control start date as a start date for all jobs in the group, and that just says if my group job starts at, let's say, 11 p.m. and it rolls past midnight, the actual start date that will be used on all the rest of the jobs will be the same as the first job prior to midnight. The other group processing options are submit all jobs immediately. So whatever jobs I put in my group, they're going to be submitted to their respective job queues immediately, and then the job queue determines how many jobs goes active at a time. Is it a single threaded job queue, or can multiple jobs run at a time? If you choose submit jobs one at a time, stopping if one job fails, then we will control the single threaded submission even to a multi-threaded job queue. And that's what's most typical. So let's go to group members. Let's add our 3 nightly jobs. All right, so these are now part of my nightly process. I can add schedule overrides, like I could skip a certain day of the week. I could execute some kind of opal to check a data area or something like that. So I can have exceptions, both in terms of a data object, as well as even putting a single job in my job stream on hold without affecting anything else in my job stream. That's kind of handy. All right, just a little tip. When you create a group, it's going to ask for a group name. I would suggest making the group name same as your group job name. Okay, let's go back to my group job. It's called Group A. And let's schedule this job to run at 6 o'clock Monday through Friday. So when this time happens, you will see the group job running in the schedule activity monitor, and you'll also see these individual jobs being submitted to their respective job queues, but the group will control that. And if any one of those jobs fails, it will not continue submitting jobs. All right, let's go ahead and run the group. All right, and here in the schedule activity monitor, you'll see the group running and the first job. All right, now you'll see job B running and then job C. And then when they all complete and complete normally, hopefully in this case, you'll also see then that the group job completes normally. And with that, you could have other groups react to the completion of your group. You could have individual jobs react to the completion of your group. And likewise, you could set up some very sophisticated dependency processing that might look like this. So here's my nightly job stream. My nightly job stream is triggered by a backup and also by several file events that are happening both on IBMI as well external to IBMI. We will talk about file events in another recorded tip. Thanks for watching.